Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to For the Fan, episode number 110 of this fantastic series. I am Will, and I'm always here with Colton, Jake, and Dom. Hello, gentlemen.
What's good?
We're in that average New Jersey weather this time of year, so it's either, hey, 60 degrees and sunny, or it's cold as shit. I think we're in betwixt it right now. There's a different, I don't even know, I haven't been outside yet today. All I know is the sun's down, and that's the depressing state of the year where it's down before 5 o'clock.
Touch grass.
That part blows. That part really blows. I'm not gonna lie. The time where it's like 5 o'clock and you're like, wow, it's 7 o'clock already. You look at the clock and it's 5. Just blows. That part sucks. And it is slightly warm, but then you get, if the wind blows, then you're like, oh man, it's so cold. So that's kind of where we're at with that too. Warm in the sun, really cold in the shade.
That kind of sounds like one of those like just girly things, just girly quotes. Like, but as always, you can always follow us on the links down below here for the Fan Network on YouTube, for the Fan Network on TikTok, Twitter, and or X, however you want to prefer it, for the Fan _, and then Instagram for the Fan Football. What a week 10. I mean, I can't believe it's already week 10. We're going to be going on week 11, but man, week 10 was a really good, just.
Hey, Colton.
You want to not do that?
I'm pretty positive your phone is the microphone right now. So when you blew into those, it was so loud.
No, definitely not. No way. No.
Okay, maybe you're right.
I lost my train of thought of what I was actually trying to say.
It was really loud, though, and it was really funny.
I probably should have muted my mic before I did that. My bad. I didn't think it was going to be that loud.
Okay. We all understand that because we've all been there. I was doing that yesterday. I was on
the iPhones are awful. I think that's the catch with iPhones before like people just get so aggravated. It's like, all right, dude, I can't deal with the charger thing. I'm just going to get an iPhone. So I think I'm just not going there. I'm just going to last as long as I can before this thing actually dies. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
I was trying to use CarPlay yesterday, and it was just cutting out. Like the CarPlay would just turn off after like 2 seconds of me plugging it in over and over. And I was doing the same thing. I was just blowing in the thing like, all right, this time it's going to work. But it's a losing battle every time. I understand.
Every now and again when I use CarPlay, it's like it sounds like I'm like underwater with the speakers, and I'm like, what's going on here? Just trying to listen to the Foo Fighters.
Pineapple under the sea. What can I say?
Well, he is William Fancy Son, so.
Yeah, that Commander guy definitely is a SpongeBob character.
Oh, hands down. Look right behind.
Oh, here we go. I'm just getting ridiculed.
Squidward, Squidward has faces? There you go. Right behind Will. That's one of those faces that.
Sure is.
Yep.
Tonight? No one got the reference? Okay, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and you are listening to For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
As always, thank you for tuning into the show. As always, we put on 110% of our effort. I think this is going to be the best show today. I'm going to start it out right now. 4 minutes in, I'm declaring it's going to be the best show of all time. I'm putting the standard up just immensely high here.
If we give 110% effort and we're impaired, is it a negative 110% effort?
Like
some give off 80, some give off 120.
Are we doing the best episode thing before or after you said, as always, 4 words apart in a sentence twice?
Let's get to the news here. Let's break down what happened in Buffalo Tuesday morning here. They fire Ken Dorsey as offensive coordinator. They named Joe Brady, the quarterback coach, to take over offensive coordinator duties. If we all know him, he was a part of that historic LSU team with Burrow and Chase and all of them down there. Then he goes to Carolina, gets kind of shoot out of there along with Matt Rule and such. What are your guys' thoughts on this? And I know there's probably, a couple of choice words here from everyone about this.
Honestly, I have one thing to say, and I just got to say, good move. I think this was a good move. This was the right move. Just it needed to be done. I think this is a good move. There's other problems, obviously. And if they don't put 12 men on the field at that point in week 10 or whatever, he probably doesn't get fired now. But I mean, I think it's a good move.
Scapegoat. Scapegoat.
Offense.
That's the one word I'm going for in this. Scapegoat.
Yeah. They've used play action and motion and stuff like 5 times a game, and that's it. Like he's got no. It's just not. I don't think he's.
Well, they want him to throw the ball bazillion times, and the problem is he's not throwing to Stephon Diggs all the time, and that's kind of causing some of the issues. And James Cook is actually a halfway decent running back, and they don't really run the football. So I don't know what to tell you. This isn't a surprise. Yeah, was Ken Dorsey not good at his job? Yes, of course. But the bigger issue is you paid Sean McDermott a lot of money. And, this is – I'm sorry to tell you, the way the league, unless you're one of those dinosaurs like a Pete Carroll, a Belichick, a Tomlin, as much as I want Tomlin out of Pittsburgh, unless you're one of those elite guys, that's the only way you're allowed to be a defensive coordinator or like a special teams guy and be a head coach. Dan Campbell – it's kind of not normal, but the thing is, he's got a good staff around him. So if you're going to be one of those defensive coaches, which is fine, you have to have people that are good at their job around you, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Detroit's got someone off the Shanahan tree. Oh my gosh.
Ben Johnson.
No, yeah, but yes, Ben Johnson is his name. I'm going back to Buffalo. Giants head coach now.
Dayball.
Yes, Dayball. He was there. He leaves. Clearly a downgrade going on offensively for Buffalo since he left.
It's the same system, though. I mean, it's the same. They did the same things. They didn't run, and it's just deep crossing routes all over the field every 50, 40 times a game.
There was definitely a lack of dynamic play in this scheme, in this system and stuff. There's just not a variety of things happening on offense at all. And obviously this is just not working. But I think it's a good move.
Like this exact reason, plus the watching Stephon Diggs throw his tantrum in the playoff game, is the sole reason why I said they're going to collapse. That and Leslie Frazier taking a back seat, which
that sucks.
You knew it was that system was a powder keg that was going to blow up if things went badly quickly, and they have.
And he was always going to go before McDermott went anyway.
Yeah,
but
it's his final bullet, though.
Yeah,
again, like I said, Josh Allen's talented and all, but you gotta reel him in.
He's unfixable.
It's fixable. You just cannot be throwing the ball 80,000 times a game. It is fixable. It is.
He's not fixable.
I mean, you just limit him throwing the football. I mean, that's you do it.
No, this system.
He's a gunslinger. I mean, you also don't want to change him too much. He's a gunslinger. He's a fantastic football player, but you also got to, if you can run the ball, like James Cook ran the ball well Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, he's running the
ball
well.
They let him back in the game after benching him.
Yeah, Murray's been good for this team. He has. He's done the right things when they need him to do the right things. James Cook is the main back, and like you said, he's a good back, and there's no reason he should ever be really limited in these games. I mean, if they're down, they're down. You got to pass. That's one thing. But like you said,
and that's his forte anyway. Yeah. Pass catching is his forte anyway, where it's not Murray's.
Yeah.
So this is why I mean,
they ran.
You have to have someone around him to control him. I mean, no offense. Even look at Ben when Ben was a Steeler. The Steelers, cool. Ben had all those 500-yard games. The Steelers were also losing in all those. Like Ben needed to pull some shit out of his ass. Like, sorry, to be able to sling the ball all around the yard, that's not good. You should have some balance. The problem is the Bills don't have balance, and it allows teams to be like, okay, most likely this is a throwing play here. So I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to pin my ears. I'm going to sit back in coverage, throw some curveballs at Josh Allen, and he's going to turn the ball over. It's going to happen.
And it always feels like in a game with Josh Allen, when it rains, it pours, and the offense and Ken Dorsey did nothing to change anything that was happening in the game. I feel like it was just always like, no matter how bad he's playing, no matter how bad they might be playing offensively, they do nothing to change, no adjustments. And it's just like you get the same thing from play one to the last play of the game every game. I just feel like, this was a needed move. This was definitely a needed thing to happen, I feel like.
But with Joe Brady, they're going to throw the ball just as much. Like, that's his thing. They threw a crap load at LSU that year. Like, it's going to be a lot of, again, still deep over routes and trusting Josh Allen to throw.
I do feel like did I see something in the last day where Joe Brady was saying, they're going to use Stephon more instead of decoy stuff like they did on Monday?
Yeah.
That was wild to me because if you're not using Stephon Diggs like excessively every game for the Bills, they don't win games. So to use him as in such a decoy role on Monday and just not really, I mean, I don't know.
Use both your receivers as a decoy for the rookie tight end.
Whoa. Shut your mouth. I've loved the eating of Dalton Kincaid. So you shut your mouth, boy.
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid has been an absolute dog. So
listen to the sentence there, though. I like Dalton Kincaid. I like him a lot. But listen to the sentence there. Your superstar receiver.
Running. Diggs should be getting 12 if they're going to swing the ball as much as they do in Buffalo. Yeah. Diggs should be at least 12 targets, at least a game.
Yeah,
he had less targets than Kincaid had catches.
Yeah, again, that's not good. But again, it's Buffalo, so it's hilarious.
And we do have a big test coming up for Buffalo in this new now, Joe Brady and stuff against the Jets. The Jets, I believe, are number one against, or they're up there against passing at the moment, or receivers or something right now.
They're sixth.
They're sixth. I mean, that's still solid.
In defensive ranking right now.
Yeah, and it's an in-division game. This is a huge test. This is a huge game.
And Josh Allen can't play against the Jets for some reason untold.
So this is a big test week for them already. So this is we'll see. This could be make stuff even worse. And they had their in play or their only player meeting before this game or something. So that was interesting too. And then he gets fired. The offense guys. So I don't know. It's a little bit sketchy up in Buffalo right now. Sure.
Let's head on over. Oh.
Okay. And then Trayvon Diggs just making everything worse like he does. So
yeah. Let's head on over to Cleveland here. Deshaun Watson this morning is shut down for the rest of the season. Broken bone in the shoulder, ankle sprain following a win against Baltimore on Sunday. So at 6-3, their star $240 million quarterback is now missing the last 8 games of their season, ranking up to, I think it is 22 games he's missed over the last 2 years, including the suspension and all that stuff. So it's a pretty significant blow to the Browns for that to happen. Second half, though, against the Ravens, he went 14 of 14. He didn't have an incompletion the entire game, despite having that broken bone in his body. Ended up going back from two scores down. They go and they beat Baltimore in their place. I mean, that was a game crazy from the beginning and was crazy at the end. So you couldn't ask for anything else from that game.
I will say I will call him tough after that game because he was hurting in that game, and then he was also getting hurt in that game more and still hurting. And to do that, what he did was honestly pretty impressive.
He had the existing AC joint sprain.
Yeah, which he got re-aggravated apparently.
Hurt his ankle.
Oh, that
and then also now broke a bone in his shoulder, which is separate from the AC sprain.
Brutal, very brutal. I don't know where we went, but yeah, no, it was an impressive performance by him. Unfortunate that it's not going to work out for his season. Obviously, unfortunate. Cleveland's definitely going through some stuff right now. I mean, a lot of adversity, and the fact they're 6-3 is pretty impressive at the moment. And I don't think that's a reflection on how the rest of their season might go, but we shall see, I guess.
The Browns is gonna Browns, baby. It's unfortunate. I don't like injuries, even though he is not a fantastic person at all. So, not going to be that guy and pile on and wish the injury to happen. So I'm not going to be that person as much as an awful person as he is. But, the Browns can't get out of their own way. It cannot. And adding on top of it, for a guy that will just listed everyone, the games he's missed, add this time out. Woof. My goodness. I don't know if he's ever going to return to a top 10 quarterback ever. Like he's looked bad this season in a lot of games, except for this past week. He's looked bad. Dude, this could be an absolute awful investment from the Cleveland Browns.
$63 million cap next year.
I bet. You know what stinks? I know we were talking about it. They'll revert in the signing bonus and probably bring a lot of that down. I don't get how that's allowed. I don't get how teams are allowed just to hide it. Wait, I'll just push it down the line. And then
salary cap doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It's kind of bullshit. But anyway,
the Howie Roseman method alone.
A lot of teams do it, but it's kind of bullshit. But
it is.
You just did it with Rodgers, kind of bullshit. But anyway. Yeah, Cleveland's got a big problem. I bet Baker Mayfield is looking really good for them right now.
Baker Mayfield's he's looking real good for Tampa Bay right now, man.
Let's not also forget Tampa Bay is not amazing, but geez, no. I bet Cleveland had success with Baker Mayfield. You run him out of town.
Mike Evans
spend money on this guy, and yikes.
Mike Evans doesn't even look like he's missed a step.
Mike Evans,
he's top 5 in receiving.
You probably add another 200 yards onto his stats for this year. If he didn't drop, dude, he's dropped so many easy balls. Every time
4 extra touchdowns.
Again, I got the Steelers on, and then I got on YouTube TV how they offer 4-game mix. So I have the Bucks.
You're not watching Red Zone, the greatest invention of mankind.
No, sir. I'd rather watch the 4 mix anyway. And every time I look up at the TV, I feel like I see Mike Evans dropping an easy pass, like squaring his hands out. It's like, oh dang, that's a Mike Evans.
And it's in slow motion always too. And it's like, how does he miss this ball? And it's just
right in his hands. I'm like, Mike Evans, what are we doing here? Like, I think he dropped a touchdown this week. I'm like, what are we doing? He still has crazy numbers, but I just
has great numbers. Still really getting it done. Still having great numbers. Baker's really getting it. It is impressive. Good for Baker. Because you know what, and he's also doing it quietly too. He's not. There's no show going on.
They're not that good. So if he was putting on a show, I think people would hammer him for it.
Yeah,
they're not winning.
Yeah, no, it's true. But good for him. Good for him. Really kind of did revitalize his career right now. So that's cool.
And let's go over the injury update really quick, because there is a couple of them heading into Thursday Night Football, with T. Higgins ruled out with a hamstring injury. On the last defensive play before the field goal on Sunday against the Texans, what's his name? Trey Hendrickson suffered a hyperextended knee. He's somehow playing tomorrow night. He was a full go in practice today, so a tough SOB for sure. Sam Hubbard is also ruled out, and Andre Yavo. Oh my God, I literally pronounced his name earlier. I messed up. I'm not even going to attempt it. But for the Ravens side, Marlon Humphreys is doubtful, while Ronnie Stanley out with a knee injury. Another big blow. Justin Fields is on track to start Sunday against the Detroit Lions, which is another major quarterback news-worthy movement there. Panthers tight end Hayden Hurst is in concussion protocol. He's going to end up not playing on Sunday because it's pretty difficult to go past the concussion protocol in a week's time. And also another thing, too, we could talk about. Frank Reich is resuming his play calling duties after giving him up for a day, 2 days. Yeah, days, 2 games at that. I have no idea what's going on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man.
And I don't know if you want to say 2 notable names on the waiver wire, but Jack Jones was released by the Patriots. He went to the Raiders. As Ian Rappaport tweeted, it's a good fit for him. But there's a backstory behind it that Antonio Pierce was his high school coach and a coach for him in college, too. So they're thinking maybe it could get him back on the right track. So maybe it will be beneficial.
The Patriot always goes to the Raiders, and this still makes sense, excluding that fact. But coincidentally, it's just what happens every time.
JT, I see you in the chat over there, dude. It's all good. We appreciate you always jumping in. Have fun against Bosa and Young this week. Where were you the last few weeks, dude? I haven't heard from the Niners. You guys finally decided to beat up some teams again? Oh, okay, all right, okay. I was waiting for you. It's been a little bit, and yeah, I saw your text to me. Yes, absolutely. I got to rock Kenneth Shane Pickett. Come on, are you kidding? He may be below average, and I would think a lot of the quarterbacks at the moment. But yeah, I'm still rocking with 8.
Shop.
shut up,
Come on,
Colton.
you're related to me. You know how to spell my name. Come on.
And also one more thing. Michael Carter from the Jets, the running back, was cleaned by the Cardinals just about an hour ago. And Matthew Stafford, too, practiced fully today after suffering that UCL, that finger injury. I have no idea what joint it is, but practiced fully on track to play Sunday against the Seahawks in a very big and contested NFC West battle against the Seattle Seahawks in LA. It's been a little bit. We're going to go back to the debate topics because why not? Let's talk about something. Let's get the fire going. Let's go and all that. Jake's just like, of course we're doing this shit again. What else is new? Oh, that look.
But dominoes again, I'm leaving.
No, I'm not bringing up dominoes, okay? But let's talk about this here. Week 10 is in the books, but let's talk about it a little bit here. What has left you surprised from this past week of games? 14 in which that were played.
I think it's easily CJ Stroud. I mean, my goodness. It's got to be the Texans. What they're doing is very impressive. On the road in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's getting healthy. I know no T. Higgins. I get it. But it doesn't matter. They got Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase. I mean, that's good enough. And you got Joe Mixon in the healthiest we've seen of Joe Burrow. And they go in there. D'Amico Ryans draws something up defensively. Cincinnati goes right down the field to start the game, punching in. And after that, Joe Burrow couldn't do anything with the Bengals. And CJ Stroud, my goodness, he's a stud. So if Frank Wright ended up wanting him this whole time and David Tepper stepped in and took Bryce Young, I don't know how he's not singing this. Because, again, at the end of the day, he's probably getting fired, Frank Wright. Most likely. He's probably getting canned at the end of the season. I'd be very surprised. So he better be out there singing the praises and throwing it right under the bus of David Tepper that if that is true, that he wanted CJ Stroud. Because didn't Josh McCown, wasn't there a clip from the Panthers of like Josh McCown talking to CJ Stroud like, we'll see in April or something? I'm pretty sure that was
pro day.
Yes. We can't wait to have you or something. And, possibly have the chance to get you. Yeah. This is very weird, but yeah, CJ Stroud, my goodness. It's very impressive. What up the Steelers defense? What up Cincinnati in Cincinnati? You got to give a shout out to CJ Stroud. He's the walk-in. You can hit a grand slam right now on it. He's probably minus 1,000 to win Rookie of the Year. It's disgusting what he's done. So shout out CJ Stroud. Oh, by the way, you couldn't beat Michigan.
Okay.
I
had to throw it in there. I had to throw it in there. Easy peasy.
I honestly maybe not surprised, but I know we always throw this team in the basement and it's always just like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like no one cares about you kind of thing. But I will say the Denver Broncos and Russ, man, I mean, Russ is quietly having a good season. All right. And I know we gave up on him and all that stuff, right? But they are kind of doing it. I don't know how to feel about the Denver Broncos at all because I still think of them as a lower basement team, whatever. But you know what? Good for them. Good for everything they're doing. They're winning some games. Now, granted, they're also taking opportunities and winning games. I mean, they barely won the other night. They got gifted a Patrick Mahomes that was apparently very sick, like had the flu and whatnot, whatever.
Taylor wasn't.
I don't want to hear that crap. No. I hate Denver as much as the next guy, and I think Russ is overrated now. No. Don't give me the old Mahomes doesn't feeling good shit. Don't give me that crap, Dom.
So what? It was a legit. I mean, it was
Dom. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I can be making the same excuses about Kenny Pickett playing with bruised ribs and banged up cartilage in his rib cage. I don't want to hear it, bro. If you're playing, you're healthy enough. There's no excuse. Yeah. They beat the Chiefs. They beat them. I don't want to. They got lucky. No. They beat the Chiefs. They beat them.
I'm talking about the Broncos, man. I'm saying.
I know you are. You're making. Oh, they beat the opportunity. They beat Mahomes. He was sick. No.
You can give them excuses. You can give them excuses for their wins, but they have wins, man. And
there's no excuses. They handled the Chiefs, and then they took care of business yesterday. No, there's no excuses. No, they beat them.
All right. I mean,
come on.
I'm on the same train you are. I'm just saying. I think good for them. Like I'm happy, that it's happening for them. I still
Backhanded compliment. You're giving them a backhanded compliment right now.
I just don't know how to
Backhanded compliment.
because we have really not talked about them this season.
Because they're not good. But you're backhand complimenting them. You're trying to give them a compliment, but you're backhanding them.
I am so confused what you are saying right now because I'm
You're backhanded complimenting them with but they got lucky with Mahomes being sick. No, Mahomes played. They beat him fair and square. They beat him.
okay. I'm very confused at what's happening here. Well, I'm just saying, good for them, and I think they exceeded our expectations at least so far this season. Because we had them low, man, and they're getting some of these games done.
I did kind of mention, maybe they could squeak out a playoff spot, but they have to have all the planets align in order for that to happen.
But they are, I feel like, more on a roll than I thought they would be this season. I would say I'm slightly surprised by them.
Jake, who has surprised you in Week 10?
Week 10 of the season.
Yeah,
From Week 10.
I said season, huh?
I mean, not really much. Cleveland can put up offense against Baltimore. That's about it. None of the games were wildly impressive to me. Like Stroud, I saw a lot. Like I liked him coming out of college. He lit up a really good Georgia defense who's a lot of pro players. If their kicker just can make a field goal, they win the game. Other than that, like I'm more surprised things the other way of how bad some teams have been.
Yeah.
Like
Chargers.
The Chargers. Why are you so bad?
And here we go. Now I see a ton of Staley stuff again because they lost and they,
Justin Herbert through his entire career, points for matches exactly points against.
Yeah.
How is that possible if your coach is such a defensive, prodigy?
Yeah, and Detroit ran them over. Their defense ran their defense over. It is a constant story.
My pick was the Chargers because I saw this fact that I sent to our Instagram chat here. The Chargers on this past Sunday became the first team in NFL history to score a touchdown 100% of their drives in the last 40 minutes regulation and lose a game.
I thought you said that's a joke because it's another one of those stats that we make fun of you for. Like, how many more modifiers are you going to add in there? Like, you just bring the most obscure stats, like the things that they made for Zeke and Dak their rookie year. The first rookie combo to score exactly 12 points in a 5-minute span on a Tuesday.
I mean, it always applies for rookies. Like what is it right now?
It's a LeBron stat right there.
Yeah.
Just making records up.
But, I mean, it is, the Chargers, that always exists because they're constantly doing those things.
Hey, you don't want to check the chat there?
Yeah, I know. I was just reading it.
Yeah, someone want to put that up there?
I mean,
yeah, can we put that up there?
Well, I don't know if he said 13.
Oh, he did.
I watched it back. He has not. I'll toss it up because this applies for a lot of Giants fans.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah, just saying. They're not good. The Giants fans are driving me confused.
Well, play it. Now's the perfect time. You should just play this.
I gotta find it. Where is it? There it is.
I know Colton.
Oh, why is there no audio on it? Oh, come on. Did I just get gypped?
I mean, it's funny too.
There's no audio to it. I don't know what happened.
It's so disappointing.
I know. Hold on. I'm gonna try fixing
I
this
can
up.
voice it. I can try to voice it over if you want.
I think we all know the meme format.
Yeah, I mean, sort of. But damn, that's so disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know why there was no audio on it.
That
disappoints me.
You can try to work that out. Well, yeah, no, man.
Yeah, so it's just like I did my part. I didn't do fucking shit. 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 Like,
yeah, it's funny, but it is. I mean, man, it's brutal out there in New York.
I like the one video played like just like I know how to get everyone back on track.
It was funny. Yeah, no, brutal in New York.
I mean,
brutal in a lot of places this season. That is brutal, like you said. we are probably more surprised at some of the flunking teams right now. Maybe not so much the Giants. I'm not trying to, whatever. But there are some flunking teams, some failure happening that we would be more surprised with than anything, I guess.
I want to go back to Colton's point really quick. He brought up the Texans and how they built the game plan and all that for the Bengals and whatnot. They've really kind of they've blown away our expectations, that's for sure. But let's talk about this here. Which team in Texas is better, the Texans or the Cowboys?
It's Cowboys. I don't think it's close. It's Dallas. I got to tip my cap where it's due. I think Dak's playing really well right now. I think their defense is really very good. And, it's Dallas. And the fact that they can do it without a run game is also impressive. I traded for Tony Pollard, and it's absolutely gone ass backwards. So, yeah. By the way, Buffalo should take a playbook out of Dallas. Dallas was struggling not getting CeeDee Lamb the ball, and now CeeDee Lamb's absolutely cooking all over the place. So, let's get Stephon Diggs the ball. But, yeah, it's Dallas.
That's true. CeeDee Lamb's had some great weeks recently, like phenomenal weeks recently. And the first 6 or so weeks of the season, it was like, whoa, bro, this is not happening right now. I would say the Cowboys. I love what the Texans are doing, man. I'm all about it. I just feel like we don't have the sample size yet. Like, I just can't say on any given Sunday that the Texans are going to do what they do right now because I just don't have enough games under CJ Stroud's belt and what they're doing. It's so new to all of us. It's so new to the league. It's so new to their own franchise right now. So it's just tough for me to just confidently be like, oh yeah, no, totally the Texans. I would put them up against blank team at any day. I can't just do that at this moment. Whereas I could, we know what's going on for Dallas right now. We've seen that team for a while, so it's different, but the Texans still surprise us. Like you said, Colton, they're still getting it done. CJ Stroud just got it done against Cincinnati, and we've been seeing him getting it done. It's almost every week now that he's been doing so great. But again, we're talking about 10 or 9 games if they've had a bye week. We're talking about 9 games in his career, and this Texans team. So it is tough to just jump on that immediately and be like, hey, yeah, dude, this team could get it done against any team kind of thing, So.
I mean, here's I would say the Cowboys, but it's a little bit more of a toss-up than you'd think if you just kind of look at it. Like, what would you guys, Will and Colton, what are your opinions of the Dolphins?
I think the Dolphins are good. Again, they haven't beaten a good team, so it's kind of hard to put them into. Neither
are the Cowboys.
Here.
The Cowboys have yet to a winning record.
I mean, the same token, I thought they were damn near close to beating Philly, and I feel like the closest I've seen Dallas in a few years, getting it that tight. That's where I'm kind of at with it. I hear you though. Trust me, they haven't beaten anyone. I think
it should be the Cowboys on a walk, but then it gives me a little pause because everyone likes dumping on Miami for not beating a winning team. Cowboys haven't either, and everyone loves to crown the Cowboys.
Oh, America's team. It goes with the territory of getting your,
Well, also when your entire alumni works for ESPN.
That also.
I think, like I said, I think this really is a toss-up. On any given Sunday is a toss-up. It's just I can more confidently analyze the Cowboys than I currently can the Texans.
Yeah, who did the Texans? The Texans, I think, mollywop Pittsburgh. Then who did they lose to after that? Wasn't it Atlanta? They lost to someone silly after that. It's all right, okay.
Panthers.
What is?
Yeah, they've been up and down.
The Carolina. They lost to Carolina.
See, my point exactly. This is they're still a young team. If you were to ask me this question next year, and midway through, when the Texans are cruising along, and Dallas is still being Dallas, they're really good, I'd probably say Texans then. But right now, too young. I'd have to go Dallas.
They have 3 pretty good wins on their record, though.
I would.
They do. Absolutely, they do. I know. But like I said, you lose to Carolina, that pokes a hole in everything.
Oh, and the Falcons.
I would say, though.
Lost the Falcons, right? That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They went Jags, Steelers wins back-to-back, and then lost the Falcons.
Yeah, see, I was right. Okay, after the Steelers was they lost to the Falcons. Like I said, if you're gonna ask me next year, and they're kind of like in the same, like they're definitely improving, and Dallas is still really good, I'd probably take the Texans in, but they're still too young. And like I said, you don't know what you're gonna get each week from a young team like that. It's a lot of pressure on them, but they're definitely on the up and up. And this is how you fix a rebuild really, really fast, folks. The quarterback is ginormous. They go from Deshaun Watson, create a few years, Davis Mills, and whoever else they were throwing at there, to now C.J. Stroud. That is a quick way to rebuild your franchise. So that's why you see a lot of these teams. And again, it may annoy people with the media. Oh, this quarterback ain't it. It's only been a year. Well, this is why. You're seeing what C.J. Stroud is doing. Oh, by the way, with weapons. Like, you didn't hear of Nico Collins the last 2 years. He's been there already in Houston, out of Michigan. You didn't really hear of him. C.J. Stroud comes along and, oh, shit, now we know who Nico Collins is. Tank Dell's getting a lot of praise as a rookie. I mean, this is what happens.
Yeah, when you have a guy, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, and they, like you said, it is a rookie, and you could say as much as you could say, and it can only mean a little bit just because we've only seen so much. But this is potentially the best rookie quarterback performance we have ever seen, period. So he's doing some things that rookie quarterbacks have never, ever done. And that's
it's what's expected nowadays in an offensive league, and you can't touch the receivers and you can't touch the quarterbacks. So that's why, like I said, it's coming to a point where they're very hard on these quarterbacks. That's like the media's been hammering Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones. Like, there's a reason. Like, we haven't seen anything exceptional out of these guys where it's like, okay, all right, time's enough, like time's ticking, let's go. Same thing, no offense, going on, starting to turn in Pittsburgh. Like, the media's starting to turn on Pickett a little bit. It's been Canada the whole time. Now starting to go to Kenny. Like, Kenny wins. Like, it's very weird he wins. The numbers aren't great, but it's starting to turn into, okay, what's going on here? Well, you didn't get an answer. What is that, Texans or Cowboys?
I would say the Texans. They're pretty entertaining. I mean, like, listen, what, the Cowboys put up, 87 points on the Giants this year? Like, big whoopee. Like, hey, we did it. But we lost to the Cardinals. But, hey, we did all this stuff.
like intensely lost to the Cardinals too, right?
Yeah, full on implosion.
It's a lot closer than you
So,
think. Like, they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Cardinals and who beat them week 3, Mr. Joshua Dobbs. We all know he's a NASA scientist, and maybe he'll go to Mars one day, orbit the Earth, do something with NASA. I mean, his story's pretty cool for this year. I mean, for someone that, had to help the Titans winning in, ended up, losing. He got strip sacked by, I think Miles Jack. No, Josh Allen down in week 18. He has a pretty interesting nickname, or 2 nicknames. I don't know which one you guys want to go with, okay? Is he proclaimed the Pastronaut or the Astrotrot? Because he did roam the globe. He did circle the globe before running in for the touchdown against the Saints.
I hate you that you pulled the second one out of your rear end, but
no. It was a Minnesota senator that put out that tweet. So I'm like, okay, you know what? That's
it's definitely the Pastronaut, and I think that might go down as one of the coolest nicknames ever. But yeah, definitely cool meeting him. Definitely cool meeting him this summer. And then after you meet him this summer, and he ends up having like a career year. And proves to be an absolute wild journeyman. Yeah, that was definitely cool. But yeah,
so cool. His story is incredible. His story really is freaking incredible. And hey, guess what? You know who needs a quarterback right now that we talked about? The Cleveland Browns. And you know where he was preseason? The Cleveland Browns. So that's kind of wild. They really had made the mistake on that one.
Well, they really like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So it's like.
Well, I also really like NASA.
They didn't cut him, so I can't hammer Cleveland like they traded him. If they should have cut him, I'd be like, all right, you guys are idiots.
But I saw a thing that the Jags 2020 quarterback room is the all-time best backup QB. Like,
yeah. Nick Foles, Gardner Minshew,
and Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, bro, nuts right now. Well, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Other than
Super Bowl MVP, the ultimate come in win one game quarterback, Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
and
this
season's
Passionate.
Story of stories.
Yeah, I didn't realize he actually was I knew that NASA did a little thing with him or whatever, and I know that he has his degree in aerospace, whatever,
engineering.
Thank you. I didn't realize he actually was a part of an astronaut program with NASA. There's pictures of him in the suit and everything, like really actually training.
Oh, you thought they called him the astronaut just for fun?
Well, no, I thought they did it just because he had the degree and he had work.
He just walked around the NASA Space Center one time. I was like, oh man,
He
here we
went
go.
to Florida and walked around the Kennedy Space Center and said, "Oh yeah, this guy's an astronaut."
I didn't realize he really was in an astronaut program for real.
Funny guy, Dom.
When you're not buried by Ben Roethlisberger, look what can happen.
Really cool, man. I mean, good for freaking him, man. It's cool to watch. And honestly, it's brought the Vikings from a stale product to this at the moment, which is.
Well, I mean, Justin Jefferson not being on the field. I mean, listen, they went from
hasn't
a
mattered.
1-win team and they've won 6 in a row without him.
Have they won 6?
I think it's up to 6. It was 5 last when I saw the graphic thing.
So it's probably there's 6. Yeah, so it's 5. Yeah.
Oh, holy hell!
Maybe Justin Jefferson's holding the team back. I don't know.
Yeah,
conspiracy theories.
Totally.
Okay, but I have one final debate topic. Okay, I know we're all men. We all have growing up, we play video games. There's probably something that you just bring back from your childhood. You're like, man, this game was great. This thing was that. I have to ask you guys this. Which video game has the best soundtrack of all time? It could be sports. It could be non-sports. I don't know. You guys can pick and choose what you guys want.
NHL 11. Easy.
NASCAR 04.
Solid one too, by the way. I remember that. Like epically remember that.
I would say either Madden 11 or Madden 12. It was one of the last times they actually included like older music into the whole series.
Yeah, when they actually played songs you actually knew before they turned into like a whole.
First there was like a symphonic band or whatever for like 3 straight. So then they're like, oh, yep, here's the weekend. Enjoy this.
Is that the one? Is that the Saints one? Well,
yeah, Drew Brees on the cover of Madden 11 has
that's the Saints one, right?
Yeah, Machine Head, Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh yes, so sick.
I forget what it was, whether it was 07, 08, or 09. They had like a lot of Shine Down and Offspring on it.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of enjoyed what? NHL 18, 17? 18? I think it was 18 too.
It started getting really.
It got real bad after 13.
I enjoyed the song still.
From 2002 to 2012, they were fire every year. You could also import your own soundtrack onto them.
Yeah, that's also true.
I remember plugging my little iPod Nano to my Xbox 360. You could play the music through the TV, and then like one day they're like, "Nah, you're not allowed to do this anymore."
Bro,
take away all the good features.
You could also change the in-arena music when you started the game, so it could play whatever song you wanted as the goal song or like the entrance music.
Yeah, that was very cool. Okay, it's gone in reverse since then.
Thank you, EA.
I was really thinking about this in a different way. Not gonna lie. Will doesn't care what I have to say, but it's okay. I was really going in a different way, trying to think of like what nostalgia games like I could think of that weren't not even soundtracks, like scores, But I don't really know. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 will always hold, like the original will always hold a place in my
Halo
heart.
3.
And Halo. Oh, come on, the Halo.
COD 4. That was my thing. I could just like listen to the main menu music for like just hours, and I'm like,
oh man,
so, like, submerged.
If I had to do something, if I had to go out and do something, I needed a song. I would have to listen to like the end mission song from Modern Warfare 2, and I would be so pumped. Like I couldn't.
There's plenty of times where I've been in Dom's car and we just listened to the entire MW2 soundtrack from beginning to finish. Like that has happened at least on more than one occasion.
I know.
What is wrong with this kid?
Like it's mixed in with like my 3,000 song playlist and whatnot, so it'll just come on. And it's like, bro.
It'll be like years apart, but it'll be
years apart. Yeah, exactly. But it'll happen, and when it happens, it's special, So it's like.
Yeah, this kid would be that baseball player with the MW2 as his walk-up song. Oh God, please.
Oh man, it's that you can't do it. You can't overuse it.
Oh God. Well, please give me favorite games.
Favorite games a moment from week 10. Mine's definitely Keenan Allen putting up a 40 burger for my fantasy team, even though he hurt his shoulder, and I was getting really mad that they weren't putting him out in the field. I was man, that one guy from Star Wars. More. I'm drawing a blank of who he is, but
Are you sure that was Star Wars? I don't.
Pretty sure it was Star Wars. The
My
guy with the
only
long
guess
hair.
is that's the Emperor. Is if he's in like a black turncoat and like old. That's my only guess is who that possibly could be. But yeah, for me, favorite moment. It's gotta be Josh Dobbs.
So cool. So cool. Oh, and
Pretty nice.
Oh, Kevin O'Connor. I love that. Like, just Minnesota's always mic'd up for some reason and got all the close cameras up. But yes, I'm all in on what's going on in Minnesota. I love the moments where he's like absolutely stunned of what's going on with Josh Dobbs. The fact that this guy just got thrown here, can pick up the playbook, somehow pull stuff out of his rear end, and they're pulling off victories. Josh Dobbs, 2000%. By the way, nice guy.
You guys
Easily.
see the I'll say it first just because it's Josh Dobbs. You guys see the I know Colton and Jake don't go on TikTok, but I'm sure it's spread to the other social media apps. You guys see the TikTok that Josh Dobbs made about his run with the touchdown and to Creed, the dude singing oh man, bro. I mean that
Can you
get cooler
take me higher?
I know, but it does not get cooler than that. I loved that and every second of it. I thought that was the coolest thing. And he posted it, Josh
The
Dobbs.
fact that Creed has made a comeback, I love it.
Oh, it's
all
the
about
coolest thing. It's the best thing in the world. But you can go now, Jake.
Now we can tell. That's how you can tell we're old. We're happy about a Creed comeback.
Yeah, we're in that. It's the perfect age group.
We've officially hit Dad Rock. The Bills getting absolutely exposed for the frauds that they are in prime time. Again, that's my favorite moment.
Now, what if the Jets do that on Sunday?
Well, they've done it already.
Great chance, bro.
They've done it once. They did it once in prime time.
They've done it twice. I mean,
Well, this year they did it already once. This year in prime time.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what my favorite moments were. I mean, I really loved that Detroit had such a great game this week and whatnot. I really love that they're continuing this season that we don't see from the Detroit Lions, and that what's his name? Dan Campbell is rewriting what the Lions mean to people, and so cool. Good for them. Amon-Ra doing that touchdown celebration that college kid did as well this week was so sick and so smooth. And he has some good celebrations, we'll say. I don't know, man. I think that kind of I don't really know what else I could put in here.
Can we say did that game push the hot seat meter back? Because
A little
his
bit.
last couple performances against
It got colder.
against
got way
some bad
colder.
teams, he just kind of saved himself, and now he's got
For sure.
lit up.
Yeah, no, it went back in the direction. I was thinking about doing it this week, but I didn't. I'll wait till next week. It definitely came back. It's not quite as high as it was before, but it's okay.
If you had a halfway competent defense, they win that game. When you put up 38 points, you should win every game.
Yeah. To put up 38 and lose is nuts. Decisively, too. Not even a little bit. You should have lost. Though.
Like, how many teams in NFL history have put up 38 points in a loss?
The Rams
the
against
Chiefs.
Yeah. Or no, did the Rams win that game?
Yeah, the Rams won that historic Monday night game.
Jared Goff again, man. Yeah.
Steelers in the playoffs against the Jaguars.
When the Steelers could actually put up more than 300 yards.
Yeah.
Yo,
streak
shut your
started?
freaking mouth.
Was that when the streak started, though? Like, right after that? Like, next year?
Keep my wife's name out your freaking mouth.
Are you canceled now?
I love that so much. I'm so happy that he used the reference from.
Let's move on here. Buy, sell, and hold on players and teams following week 10. Gentlemen, who are you buying into after this week?
It's a good question. Have not thought about this one second.
Buying into
I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm going to. Josh Dobbs. I'll officially buy into the Dobbs train. Dobbing up W's. That's what I'm going to be doing here.
We've all verbally bought into Josh Dobbs already. Let's be honest.
I'm going to buy into Denver. Actually, not. Nah, I'll save that for a hold. Never mind. I'll hold on Denver.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about doing the same thing.
You
I
win
almost said something.
You win against the Chiefs and the Bills back-to-back weeks and good defensive performances like you're supposed to. Maybe you're not a total dumpster fire. I guess then I'll buy into the Caleb Williams to the Giants.
Patriots.
Well, it's a race to the bottom. Who's going to
The dumpster bowl in 2 weeks is going to be there. The Patriots and the Giants at 4:25, I think that game is. So,
Yep.
man,
You love to see it, man.
no, I'm not seeing it, so I'm okay with it.
Please.
You know, I don't think I've bought into Houston and CJ Stroud. Like, I don't think I've physically said that and bought into that, but I'm obviously buying into that because you'd be an idiot to have not bought into that yet. And I may have been an idiot until now, I guess. I'm totally going to buy into that. And I will have been bought into that for the rest of the season. And maybe the rest of his career, who knows? But I'm totally bought into that.
I'm going to buy into Broderick Jones. Steelers offensive tackle. It's an absolute dog. He did go to Georgia, so it's a great reference as well as far as dogs go. But, yeah, he's an absolute beast. The Steelers inserted him into the starting lineup. Steelers run for, I think, 165 or 170 Thursday night against the Titans. Run for over 200 yards on the Packers. And he's an absolute beast. So I'm buying into Broderick Jones in the Steelers run game going forward.
He is a beast. He is him. Absolutely.
Sure is.
Let's go on to our sell. Who are we selling off on?
I am selling off on the Chargers' hopes to do anything in these playoffs if they make the playoffs this year. It is, I mean, this is it, man. It's just, I'm completely done and sold on that 100%. I know we talk about it enough, but I have not brought it that far where I was going to say something like that. But if they were to make playoffs, I would have zero faith in them to do anything in the playoffs. They did it last year, failed miserably, and you could blame that one all on Staley 100%. It's just, dude, I mean, like, there's a point you got to be enough. Enough is enough this season, and I'm at the point where enough is enough this season. It's done. It's over. You ain't doing anything. The hopes for playoffs and what you're going to do in the playoffs, if you make it, it's over. That's just nothing happening there. So sold on that.
Colton, you're going to like mine.
Hit me.
I am selling on Robert Saleh. You are done. You are done. You want to hold Zach for one other week? You're done. You're going to get fired over this. You will.
Yeah, I don't understand why, unless it's someone above. If it's Woody Johnson dying on this.
Oh, I think it is. I think that's coming from.
What I don't understand is if you're hearing in the background that Rodgers is coming back at some point, bro, these losses are biting you in the ass. I don't understand why you're dying on the hill, because guess what? You're going to bring Rodgers back, and the problem is the Jets are going to do it and look for a miracle, and the problem is they're not going to get the miracle because they're going to be out by then. That's why I don't understand. You have to let him – dude, you should have sat his ass a long time ago, because if you got an extra win or two and then Rodgers comes back, you can go on a run and you'll be fine. The problem is you're going to need a Christmas miracle by the time he comes back. So I agree with you. I'll take a fire with that as well.
There were so many things you could have done up until this point, and now you've boxed yourself into the hole where you got to either go with him or Simeon, and they're not great options either way. So either you believe that Rodgers is actually going to come back. I don't. Or two, that he's going to come back if you possibly you're going to make the playoffs, which you're not going to be in a position to be because you're going to fall out that far.
They are one. I
think they're seventh right now.
Yeah, but aren't they one win out from division lead right now, Will?
So how it plays out, okay, if the Jets beat the Bills, okay, and then the Raiders beat the Dolphins, Black Friday will be the first place game for the AFC East between the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's literally right now they are like one.
The AFC East is for some reason a very big shit show, and I don't they haven't won a game in November. None of them have.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But the Jets right now sit 9th in the AFC.
Yeah, but it's just whoever wins the division is going to be the only team in our
9th.
playoffs.
I thought they weren't even in the top 12 when they were showing like who's in the
wild card race. So if you're thinking,
I was thinking like 13th overall.
Yeah.
My
bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back on my really bad take I had in what the dog doing?
What the dog?
That was too good.
Damn it!
I'm gonna go back on what I said in August that Colton ridiculed me. He just smited me to the depths of hell. I'm going to sell off on Billy Jeans and the Tennessee Titans. I think it's done. It's comatose. Forget about it. Go Texans. and hold. What do you guys want to hold off on for an extra week or hold off
I'm
on?
holding on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm holding on them. I'm gonna. They're 6-3. They're in a very good opportunity this weekend with no Deshaun Watson. But what absolutely terrifies me is if they usually lose to backup quarterbacks. So absolutely terrified. But yeah, I'm going to hold on the Steelers. Could be an absolute ginormous win. Go to 7-3. Ravens, Bengals Thursday night could go on top of the North. Yeah, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on a hold here.
So, I mean, if Jake's going to say what he said previously.
Yeah, I'm going with Denver as my hold.
Yeah, I'm totally piggybacking that as well. I am also going to hold the Jacksonville Jaguars because it's time to not be as convinced for me, right? I've been saying, all right, you know what? But I'm going to hold on to it because
Mr.
I'm
Preacher
starting to lose it a little bit, and I'm not liking it that much. I'm starting to think that, maybe there's a little bit of fraudulent action coming in.
Oh, here we go. He was Deion Sanders, like high stepping down. He's like, I picked the Jaguars. No one else is with me. Here I go.
They still won those games, man. I don't know what to tell you. I still picked them. You guys didn't. They won. But nonetheless.
One of the 49ers players said they don't know what they're doing. And a Jaguars player said, you're right. We don't know what we're doing.
Yes, you see that?
They caught that on a microphone. I was like, oh, man, that's not good.
Too.
Oh, they caught it on a microphone, not even like a.
It was like pre-snap, like play and all that stuff. It was like, oh, they don't know what it was. Fred Warner. They don't know what they're doing. I think it was an offensive lineman. It's like, you're right. We don't know what we're doing.
I think it was Brandon Sheriff.
Yikes.
Yeah, him and Eric Armstead had some beef going on.
Didn't Peters?
They're getting in fraud territory, but it's weird because you can't call you can't call them frauds. They damn near beat the Chiefs last year, so like
the whole thing.
You can't really call them frauds, but I kind of get it. Like if the Steelers had a halfway decent offense, the Steelers beat them.
That's what I'm saying.
So like they're good, but I gotta tell you, man, you gotta start getting to the whole borderline sell. Trevor Lawrence, I thought this kid was a can't miss prospect, and he is god awful. Like he's not good, man. In an offensive league where it's like you got it, dude. I've seen more from CJ Stroud where it's like, holy shit, this is a good quarterback. I haven't seen any of that from Trevor Lawrence. I haven't had like a wow moment. It's like, Colton, you're just talking about this season, dude. I haven't seen a wow moment from Trevor Lawrence in his career yet, where it's like, holy shit, okay, this
but
is a quarterback.
Staley.
Like, dude, and again, yeah, you beat Staley. I mean, it just proves how bad Staley is. Like they took care of him in the first half.
No Bosa that game because Staley got him hurt. Oh wait, no, Bosa might have been there, but like a fragment of himself.
Yeah, he was
already hurt because Staley wanted to start all his starters week 18. So screw that one.
Yeah, Mike Williams wasn't in the game because Staley got him hurt. And
no, Colton, exactly what you're saying. You can't just call them frauds, but I'm saying, we got a little bit of suspicion.
Colton, I don't know if the microphone picked up my comment earlier, but right now, you know who has a completely better stat line than Trevor Lawrence? Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's true.
In every category.
That is a fact.
More passing yards, more touchdowns, less picks, better completion.
So, yeah, I'm going to hold on the Jags because, are they going to make the playoffs? I think so. But are they going to show it, like, really anything here? I don't know, man. Unless you get gifted Staley's failure, I don't know what the heck. I don't know if we're going to see
Jacksonville very badly. I want, if the Steelers make the dance, which I think they're going to, the way their schedule's shaping out, I think the Steelers get in. I'd love for the Steelers to somehow go to Jacksonville for the playoff game. God almighty, I want payback on Jacksonville so bad. If the Steelers are going to be able to run the ball like they are, the Steelers are going to beat Jacksonville. And the fact that they took the terrible towel, no. I want Jacksonville. You can pull up the I want butts from Top Gun. I want butts, and I want Jacksonville's ass. I want them. Fucking give me the Jags. Give me the fucking Jags. I want the Jags. Give me the Jags. I'm sending the meme from Top Gun, and we're using this next time it comes up. I want butts, and I want them now. Give me the Jags.
TikTok clip. There we go.
I love that. Yeah, we're going to play it, dude.
Sound clip it.
I want butts, and I want them now. I love what a thing to say.
Man, everyone's going to look up Top Gun, I want butts now, and it is a great time.
Let's move forward here to week number 11, the double one here. Man, this football season's going by fast. Next week is Thanksgiving, so
Well, we get to see the
hey, 2023
again.
And here we go. Our records for thus far here. Colton, 5 away from the big one, hundo, 95. Dom's right behind him with 94, trying to catch his ass. And you know, Dom wants butts, and he's going to be kicking ass here. And then Nick's here.
Every week, me and Colton freaking tie, man. I can't get away. I can't gain any ground. It's been like 6 weeks.
We're going out on a limb, Dom.
He gifted you the Vikings one. He's like, oh yeah, I'm picking the Saints.
You didn't pick the Jags,
Bro, I picked Cleveland against y'all, and they freaking did it.
again. If you didn't pick the Jags,
I know. It's just like it's like
You're
I do the right amount of, or I do.
go out on a limb. Take some more shots. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Followed by Jake with 91, and I'm sitting here in the basement here with a measly
It just
87.
proves time and time again our second year of doing this was an absolute fraud by you. Because look at me, back up top. You sneak out a win, and here I am back on top.
I snuck out a tie. Okay.
An 8-game lead on your ass.
Let's go into Thursday Night Football here. I mean, it's one of the best Thursday Night Football games this year. Cincinnati at Baltimore. I will be taking Joe Burr because why not? Joe Shiesty. Yeah, that's all I got. 500 yards. Please and thank you, Joe.
I'm going to take the Bengals also. I think I forgot to fill out this week. So, yeah, sorry, Will. I'll fill that after the game. I'll try to remember what I did. But, yeah, Cincinnati for me.
yeah, this one was tough.
Yes, it is. Both teams need it, especially after a loss. But I think the Bengals need it more.
So do I.
I think
like
no
the
Ronnie
Bengals defense,
Stanley.
man.
No Ronnie Stanley, and for me,
And Humphrey got hurt, I believe.
Yep,
in the last game.
Humphreys is doubtful.
Yes. So Jamar Chase, he is on the case.
what about Higgins? Anybody know about Higgins? Is he?
He's out.
Wilson in the beginning, he's out.
He's out.
Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with Cincinnati.
Andre Josevac. That's his name. Andre Josevac. He's also out too. So
I think the bigger story is Cincinnati's defense. I think their defense has been great this season so far. And this is a prime time.
Where are you going, Dom?
Oh, I'm going Cincinnati 100%.
See, you could have possibly gained a game, tied. I don't know what to tell you.
Baltimore.
No, we know I don't go Baltimore.
I know, but
go
Baltimore. If you want to catch him,
No.
this is the game you go Baltimore.
No,
I hear you,
and this
Jake.
is the game
I
you go down
agree.
too.
Home game, got embarrassed at home to Cleveland. Got to have it.
I
You
don't.
want to win the division, you got to win this game. And he's not taking it. That's all right.
We have plenty of football left. Okay.
All right. You can keep tying me, I guess. That's fine. I'll take myself to the victory lane. That's fine. Thank you.
Let's advance here. Let's go to the 1 o'clock hour here. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Colton, where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go where I think you're gonna go?
I'm going Cleveland.
All right, so I'm not lone wolfing. I thought I was going to lone wolf this one.
You almost didn't. I did change mine. I was going to go Cleveland. I am now going to go Pittsburgh, even though, man, I don't know. This is tough.
I'm gonna be going.
I'll give this one to you. If the Steelers win, I'll gladly lose this one, but I'll make it up, though. Don't worry. You'll do something. I'll make it back.
The reverse jinx is not going to work, my friend.
That's funny.
All right, so we got
That's
Colton and
worked.
Jake.
It's already worked a few times this season, Jake.
It has.
It's
has.
worked already. I picked
Colton.
against the Steelers and they've won, so don't you worry.
Colton and Jake on the Browns train, while Dom and I are on the Berg train.
Yellow and black.
And here we go. Here, Las Vegas at Miami. Here,
Yeah, you can give me the Fins.
Bye week. Fins. Just do it.
I don't know. I think this is a trap game. I think Vegas could
Oh,
be
It's a
pulling.
crap game.
Vegas and interim head coaches are just DNA. They just fuse like it's nothing.
Well, you're getting in desperate territory as far as wins, so you might as well take the Raiders.
No, I'm keeping the Dolphins here. I'll make it up.
Yeah, this guy.
I'm making it
Crap
You
game.
are in much more of a desperate need than me to make it up, my friend.
This guy.
I'm gonna fill you in on this pick home, but I have to announce the game just for purposes here. Chicago at Detroit. I'm filling out that you're gonna complete the sweep here.
Sure will.
MCDC, baby.
Hell yeah. All the
Yep.
way.
I feel bad. Dan Campbell was in LA while Metallica was at Ford Field, and then he took a photo in front of his office. Must have been a very sad Dan Campbell moment.
Oh, he was probably losing his mind. I wouldn't want to go at home. He was probably biting everyone's kneecaps.
Tennessee at Jacksonville.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna take the Jags here. Bounce back.
You're not going to. Well, never mind. I can't even roast Dom for this anymore. I used to. This is be the one where I normally would, taunt him to get the other one. With his love for Tannehill.
Why? I mean, Derrick Henry usually runs all over these guys.
Yeah. No, Colton is right about that. If you're gonna get
Derrick
me,
Henry's touched these guys multiple times. So
he has 3,000 career rushing yards on him or something like that.
It wouldn't be an awful pick, and they got Will Levis. It wouldn't be an awful pick, but they got absolutely embarrassed. There's no way they're losing this game.
I agree.
So clean sweep here for Jacksonville. The Chargers at Green Bay.
I swear to God, if Green Bay wins this game,
Yeah,
would not surprise me, honestly.
no, it wouldn't.
Jordan Love looks pretty decent.
it's Brandon Staley. That's the problem.
I'm taking the Chargers just because Herbert, but this could be easily a Green Bay win.
I need to make a meme. I'll have to do this sometime in the next coming week. I had to make a meme of Herbert just dragging Staley along.
I don't understand here why this guy is the absolute the Staley wagon. He's got the old graphic for it because I know Will ain't making a graphic for it, and it's Dom making the graphic on Brandon Staley. Yet this clown always picks the Chargers, bro. If you're bringing up the graphic next week, put your money where your mouth is and pick the Packers.
If Jair Alexander was, that'd be different.
About that. It's because Jordan Love sucks. That's why. I
don't know. It's like what you said. Herbert does so much for this team, man, and their offense scores the freaking points. They have weapons all over the place. They make it happen on offense.
Jordan Love looked pretty good against the Steelers. He dropped a nice ball in the bucket to Jordan Reed this weekend. I know it was Romeo Dobbs. Dropped one in an absolute bucket. Dropped a great pass. I was like, oh shit, is that the same Jordan Love I've seen the last 3 weeks? He came to play against Pittsburgh. But the same guy that just hates the Chargers, and the Brandon Staley meter will be back next week, folks. And he's not taking Green Bay, so he seems like the fraud of this campaign. By the way,
it's for every time I pick the Chargers, I think is their offense going to cover enough points against, and I think this is one of those games it does. I don't know. That's purely it.
We are clean sweeping the Chargers.
Fraud.
Arizona at Houston.
Colton just wants more of a lead. He feels the heat. He feels the heat from behind.
He's trying to do what I used to do to Dom all the time. I would just absolutely mess with his mind and get the picks.
Not biting.
Yeah, again, I'm not trying to do that, but you can't be the guy making these graphics and all of a sudden, if we were to go back and look at all these, I'm going to go back after this and go on our chart and see how many times you've picked the Chargers. Yet you lead the Brandon Staley fire train. So it's very.
That would be me, sir. I want him gone more than any human on this planet.
Well, you don't have the graphic, Jake.
I told him
he brings it up all the time.
Photoshop skills.
I'm going Houston, but it would not be surprising if Kyler Murray, that little fellow, does running, and makes a throw.
A toddler when he takes something he's not supposed to have.
Yes.
So clean sweep here for Houston. Dallas at Carolina. Should I fill in the sweep? Because yes.
Please.
For purposes, I have to announce.
But wouldn't it be funny if?
Hold on, they better do the funniest thing in the entire world.
But wouldn't it be funny though?
The Giants at Washington. Colton, you gonna be joining me on this one here? I got a seat next to you. I don't have a chair in here with me. You gonna be joining me for the Commanders?
Tell me you didn't pick the Giants.
No. Why the fuck?
Come on,
pick the Giants.
He's a fraudulent Washington fan.
Sam Howell leads the league in passing yards.
I'm taking the Commanders. Please don't tell me anyone here took the Giants.
No, we all swept. We're not that brain dead, okay? We're impaired, but we're not that impaired.
Colton, do you think that Will led you into thinking just now that he was the only one that took Washington? Because that's what I thought. The way he worded it, I was like,
the way he worded it too. That's where I thought it was going. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way Jake would do that. Maybe Dom, but Jake, no way Jake would do that.
No, I'm not taking the Giants. Come on.
Hell no.
Tampa Bay at San Fran. I think this is another sweep for everyone here.
Yes. Oh shoot, Dom, good timing this week. The way things are going.
Shut up. It's all about that. It's all about that one, the Pittsburgh game. It's all about your.
Why? I'd rather you time me. I want the Steelers. I don't give a shit at the end of the day of these picks. I'm just bullshitting these, man. I want the Steelers to win. Come on.
The New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills.
I'm taking Buffalo. I'm gonna be an idiot.
Yeah.
Give me Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm lone wolfing the Jets. This is my last glimmer of hope for picking them. Although I've sold off on them, I can never pick them up again. Yes, if there's a game they can win, it's making Josh Allen look pretty bad. So, please. Seattle at the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the frauds in Seattle.
After he sold off on them last week, picks them 2 weeks in a row.
Well, guess what? They've won 2 weeks. They're gonna win 2 weeks in a row. I think they're still frauds. I still think they suck. I still think Geno Smith is a very below average quarterback, yet shocker. Giants pay their quarterback, find out he's not good. Seattle pays their quarterback, find out he's really not that good. Surprise, surprise. He was a journeyman for a reason.
I'm tired of this Geno slander, okay?
Nah,
Really,
I know you got your Geno Smith jersey back there somewhere. He's not good.
There, you can see it.
Yeah, you see number 7 right there. Where?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
He's not good. He's got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was the number 1 wide receiver out of the draft. Some odd reason doesn't know how to use him. You got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, and they barely just get over the hump. Dude, they're not good. They suck.
I mean, the big story for their offense is Kenneth Walker also having an insane year as well. He's had
my point, and yet they still somehow struggle to win games. Because, oh, by the way, Geno Smith's the quarterback. Yes, the frauds.
Sunday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings at the Denver Broncos. If you thought of this like 3 weeks ago, it looked like a dumpster fire. Now it kind of looks a little interesting.
This is interesting. I'm going to let the man underneath me go first here.
Oh, dude, Pasternak all the way. Come on.
Wow. So where's this game at?
This is in Mile High.
Oh, I'm taking Denver. Give me the Broncos, baby. Give me the
Damn, looks like
Broncos.
Portland has 3 games on Dom.
I got Denver in here. I looked up a low wolf
Give
fist.
me Denver at home, man. Give me Denver.
That's all right. Astronaut used to altitude, man. That's it.
Here
Right?
we go. The tie is back, baby. I'm winning this one, and you're gonna win the Steelers. We're back to tie, baby. I love it.
Take Baltimore.
And
Here
now,
we go, baby. I love it.
I am picking the Astro Trot though, so
2-2 here. Here we go.
we're splitting.
I say
And
Paul still loses for calling him the Astro Trot, whatever
Yeah.
the hell that.
That's just an L.
It's just
He holds the L regardless.
Pasternak. We're only accepting Pasternak around here.
when he runs around, they say Astro Trot on the broadcast. I'm going to be going after you
it.
first.
I don't like it.
That's a
And one of the best Monday Night Football games since the Chiefs and the Rams, the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oof,
I have not put in my pick. I wanted to wait and put this pick in here while we're discussing here.
I'll let the Eagles fan go first. Jake, floor is yours, buddy.
Oh, if you're
Taylor
looking
Swift.
for any insight whatsoever, I'm just picking the Eagles because I don't pick against my team.
All right, Dom.
Well, pick how you want. I'm not swaying you one
By
way.
the way, where's this game located at?
This is in Arrowhead.
Oh, baby, that's spicy. That brings a little another tone to this. Dom,
Oh man, I mean,
my buddy to the south. What do you got?
is such a tough freaking game, man. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm
My
gonna.
buddy to the south.
I think I'm gonna go red. I think I'm gonna go Kansas City.
We have never beaten Andy Reid and the Chiefs.
Really? Well, I'm still. I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Kansas City. Tough game, man. This is a great.
Oh boy.
The Kelsey versus Kelsey is
Yeah.
undefeated in one direction.
Oh goodness.
I'm
Oh
picking
baby,
the
I'm getting
Eagles.
frisky. I'm going against them. I'm going against Dom. Give me extendo my lead, baby.
You know who Will picked already, right? He wrote his in there, but he hasn't said it yet.
Yeah, I picked the Birds.
He picked the Eagles.
Go Birds.
Oh,
I hate this man.
I'm clawing my
I'm
way back little by little.
extending this lead, sniffing it.
Me and Colton have 3 games, right? Is that where we're at?
Yep,
Yes.
3 games.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's dance, Dom. Let's dance, big boy.
3 good games too.
And that, ladies and
Bill,
gentlemen,
3. separate from you too. So I'm.
Do you have the same three? You have the same three. You have the same three.
So it's either.
Yo, Dom's gonna lose second.
So it's either Dom
My season
Colton.
could crumble.
or I
My
tie him
season
and
could.
Colton gets a lead.
I got
Oh,
a seat
baby.
next to me,
This is-
Dom.
this
It's
is
for
great.
the pit of misery. So I have
This is
I'm
great.
keeping it warm down here for you.
I'm gonna hit Dom with the banana peel in Mario Kart. See you later, buddy.
It's that,
You
it's,
tell him right before the finish line.
yeah, dude. It's that meme, or it's not even a meme. It's that video of the dude playing Mario Kart on the bridge, and he gets
Gets
bumped off like
screwed.
5 times and gets hit with the That's
First
wig.
to
I'm like,
last.
first, yeah, dude. My life could crumble before my eyes this weekend. I don't know.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, rounds out our show. You can follow us on all the glorious social medias listed down below, or if you haven't seen them, go back to right when the podcast began because that's where they are. Great show. I think it was one of our better ones. I liked the pick segment. I mean, held it to a high standard. I don't know. That's all I got. Silence. I like
Yeah,
it.
you blew it.
As
Yeah.
always.
I don't really know what the.
We'll just leave them outros. Just drive us right into an iceberg.
It's okay. Then we'll
Call
intro.
me the Titanic.
Will, as always, as host, just driving straight.
Will
to ice-
panic. Yeah, but will intros and outros make the show, and that's.
I don't know. Sometimes either his intro comes in hot and we're just flying, or he comes in and it's just iceberg.
It's always funny though. It's always funny. It's always makes for some good show. It's a great time always.
As always, I am Will. That's Colton. That's Jake. And that's Dom. And we're the 4 most impaired human beings of all time. And we are For the Fan. Tune in next week for episode 111 of this glorious series and see who came up on top for the picks.
Yeah.